Hello, my name is Kaya. Happy New Year, and I'm your friendly neighborhood tarot reader. I'm here to do a reading for you. If you feel called to, you don't need to stay. And my puppy is just right over there. She's exploring. And I do have plenty of clutter in my room because it's like well, I did say tarot reader, but I'm using the oracle right now because this is one of my favorites. Like, look, it's so buttery smooth. But it's very cluttered because I did so many things, and like literally after October I got no fucking break. So I'm not supposed to cuss. I'm so sorry. YouTube, please. But anyway, yeah, let's see what's going on for you. You might be like me, anxious. I mean, I'm always anxious. Unfortunately, that's my baseline. But something about the holidays just make you anxious, which is pretty common for most people. So you might need some guidance for that, and I'm here to help you. And if you don't feel called to it, it's okay. You don't have to do it, you know, like I'm not forcing you. I'm just doing this as a hobby and also because I feel called to make a video right now. So might be something. Well, there might be something bothering you. I'm hearing like toothaches and stuff, and maybe some chest pain. If you have that, go see a doctor, please. I beg you. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I don't do that, but anyway, I'm very nervous, but that's okay. So, what is something that my collective has to hear for today? And it's been a long journey, you guys. I graduated school. I hope my dogs don't fight at the back. Right now you might be someone really drawn to just being comfortable, just staying in your PJs and all that, having your silk bonnets. Maybe you're really having self-care stuff. I'm seeing someone make tea, drink tea in the couch. Oh, you got earth, peace, and grounding. I'm gonna do it like that so you can see it. So we're acting like I'm actually reading for you. You know what I mean? And I really hope everything's good for you, because like I am just feeling antsy all the time. I've been feeling antsy for the past 3 days, and so I'm tweaking. And I don't know if it's just me. And to be honest, I don't really know anything astrology-wise, because astrology is something I'd like to get into. Okay. I got... Hold on. Wait a minute. Basically... Where was I? Astrology is something I'd like to get into, but I'm not really good at. I am intimidated by... You got oak tree? Which is power, courage, and strength. Because I'm intimidated by astrology. Okay, I'm gonna lock in. Okay, this one. Tend. So, I'm gonna flip it around. Wicked, sorry. Okay, so first you got earth, oak tree, and tend. So, the earth is about peace and grounding. I am seeing someone who's like taking more walks. Well, you can't swim. I mean, at least for where I live. Like, it's winter, but it's freaking warm. So, I don't know about that. But you might be someone that's, like, just sitting in nature, listening to the branches being rattled by the trees. Or could be listening to birds. Or, well, bird watching. It could be bird watching. There's like a bird here. You might be seeing some butterflies. I don't know where you live. And I shouldn't know. I'm joking. But you might be doing yourself to ground, and the oak tree is power, courage, and strength. You're like kind of grounding yourself or putting your roots to the ground so that you feel that power, courage, and strength. Like you're trying to get... Wait. The English is not Englishing. So basically, it's like, since... Let me tell you a whole story, okay? Humans are not built... Like, ever since humans existed, screens, all that digital stuff never existed. So you are kind of reconnecting with Earth to get back into your power and regain courage and strength because you feel very depleted. And tend is also about maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. And you can also see these lips over here, and what I'm getting from that is like someone who is like trying to do positive self-talk. Like, you might feel crazy doing that right now if you're like, oh, it's okay, your name, It's okay. You got this. You're a strong, bad bee, and you're like doing your best to really, really ground yourself through Mother Earth and also yourself. Because if you're not grounded within yourself, that's not good. Okay, for extra guidance, I'm gonna read this one. I don't know. I like tapping. I don't know. I don't really have the nails for it, lol. I can't have nails. So Earth is 31. Okay, so the card meaning is the Earth card offers a moment of reflection and connection. You may be losing yourself and becoming too focused on work, schedules, and to-do lists. Very much like me. Well, we are a collective. We mirror each other, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't realize how far you've strayed from your relationship with nature and its calming energy. Even those of us who work with nature daily can sometimes get set in our ways and become complacent. This card is a reminder to consciously renew your connection with nature and listen to what the natural world has to say. Take a step back and breathe, giving yourself space to find balance. Clear your mind and open it to the communication of nature. Let its energy soothe and revitalize you as you ground yourself in the earth. And the reflection for this one is, this is your homework. Do you need to reboot your connection to nature? Or maybe help someone else to connect to nature? That's yours to answer. And yeah, next one is the oak tree. So A3. So it is a popular symbol of strength. The wood is dense and durable, reliable, and long-lasting. The tree also symbolizes bravery and power, telling you that you can stand up to whatever storms on the horizon. The mighty oak begins as a tiny acorn. It's reassuring to know that something so immense and strong started out as something that you can hold between two fingers. Not only does it remind us that small things can yield huge results, it also reminds us that growing takes time. Rapid growth uses energy to reach a goal quickly. Slow growth uses energy to ensure stable, strong development. The oak tree card urges you to be brave and stand tall. Is there something you've been avoiding because of fear of confrontation? That's your reflection. And it doesn't have to be a confrontation with like other people. I'm not telling you to go you to other people that you have beef with, okay? What I'm saying is sometimes the worst confrontation we could ever have, or the ones that we fear the most in terms of confrontation, is ourselves. We don't want to confront ourselves. Like that's like, I don't know, that's like the hardest thing to do for some freaking reason. So yeah, it's okay, I get you. You got this, bestie. Next one is tend. And most of the stuff I've already mentioned earlier, just rehashing what's in here, but I like to read it anyway so that you don't miss anything. So yeah. You might be watching some old shows to comfort yourself. So if you're that, it's for you. So tending your garden is an important step in creating a thriving ecosystem. Maintaining a garden means weeding, snipping away dead flowers and leaves, fertilizing and pinching back overgrowth to redirect energy. It's a cooperative experience. The 10 card is a reminder that you too deserve maintenance. It's important to review the different parts of your life every once in a while with a keen eye. Not just like being like, oh, I'm always good though. Like you can criticize yourself about the things that you're not proud of, but not in a way like, oh, shame, 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 not like that. More of like, so how could I have improved that situation better kind of thing. Do you understand? Okay. So you can look you can you can look at areas in your life you can tend to for positive results. Like if you feel neglected in terms of like romantic life, tend to that or something like that. Just as you guide your garden, your energy also deserves I can't speak. Loving guidance and encouragement. You may need to weed toxicity out of your life. Be discerning about where you put your energy. Ask for guidance and listen to the messages Spirit sends you. So the reflection is, what areas of your life need support and what areas are threatened by toxicity? Okay, so that's what I got for that one. I don't really feel like going down, so let me shuffle and put these away. Okay, what's another thing I could tell my collective about? Hi, Aggie. What's another thing the collective needs to hear about? It fell. Okay, so I got deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Well, it is winter, at least where I'm at, and winter is a time for like where animals like do hibernation and stuff, so you might be called to do hibernation, whatever that looks for you. I don't know if humans hibernate. I don't know if we can. Also got the initiation and transformation, and I'm gonna show that to you. These are your other two cards. I'm holding it too weirdly. Okay, so let me look. So the most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When you are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Earlier I ignored it, but basically when I was reading the oak tree, I shouldn't don't ignore intuition. Don't ignore intuition, kaya. But basically the oak tree, like you know how I was talking about how you need to have a stable foundation because rapid growth or forcing yourself to grow so fast takes so much energy. Basically, what I was seeing was like kind of like a parasite, like a mistletoe or like a parasite plant going through every tree just to grow kind of thingy. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be a parasite, just go cling to someone so that you can feel something. Because sometimes when we are numb, it's not because like we can't feel anything, but because sometimes we are avoiding something that we need to confront. Bars. So you might was I was wow pause while I was reading this one from the guidebook as well. I was getting the vibes of like, oh, being like, oh, I should text this person. I should no, do not text this person. Why are you looking for trouble? You're already in a good restful state. Continue resting. Don't be like, oh, let me dig for trouble. Let me get messy. I mean, you could, but also don't come running back to me crying. I don't know. Just be responsible. Don't do stupid decisions. But I really suggest that instead of seeking validation, acceptance, and love from others, you should really start with yourself. That's what I'm getting the most. So, continuing on with the book. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running empty. See, you are no good to anyone if you're running empty. So, the feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. Because if you just keep giving, I heard that, go girl, give us nothing. If you have nothing, what can you give? Literally. Anyway, if your inner world isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching out for grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nurtures you? What refuels your body? What is the nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life. Okay. It's such a weird sentence. Anyway, it may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting massage. We were literally talking about self earlier, face mask. You can also sorry. You can also engage in hobbies or hobbies you never tried, or like I'm seeing someone that keeps buying things like kits, cross stitch kits, needle punching, the diamond things, diamond painting things, and you have not touched that for months. Why have you not? You used your money for that, or someone gave it to you. You better use it. Do something. Like if you feel like, oh, like I can't. If you're a painter, you're like, oh, I'm freaking tired of painting. Try something else. Shake your booty. I don't know. Figure it out. So yeah. So what nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all of those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Do something that deeply replenishes you today. That's the work your light action. So do something that replenishes you today instead of being like, wait, no, sorry, that's not. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, you shouldn't be like just consumed in your routine, because let's be honest, routines are kind of freaking boring and it gets really repetitive, and sometimes it can become constrained. You feel like you built your own cage, like you know what I mean. Anyway, let's move on to transformation. I'm joking, guys. I don't know why I'm talking like, well, I'm just talking like that because I am a very talkative person in real life. It's just my first 2 videos. I was very, very scared. I was scared in the beginning too, but get into it. So, Diva, I can't read. What the heck? Hold on. Where is it? What? Transformation 106. So, things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you are a year ago, Happy New Year, or who you will soon be. You're in between, emerging half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. Literally earlier before I started recording, I was thinking about crossroads because I was thinking of whether I should light my candle, the candle I have for Lady Hikate. So yeah, you're in a crossroads. You're not, it's not a standstill. You're not being punished. You're just there to grow. It's like you're like a little seedling going and yeah, you are there to grow. You can't just be a little seedling and then you come around and be like, you know what? Bam! And you rip it from the roots. Like, that's bad. Don't do that. Because that's self-harm. It doesn't matter. It's self-harm. Don't self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is self-harm. You hear me? Okay, so you will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within yourselves. You could be watching cells at work, because I was like, I'm seeing cells at work and you miss cells, but maybe it's because I'm just hearing cells, so my brain's like cell. So it's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, or freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not a driving force. So I did have a thingy. Where the fuck is my? I didn't need that. I have written in my journal about how. So trauma, like if we think about like the human body, right? Sometimes we get traumatized. It's like something gets stuffed in our bodies, like emotions. That sounds so wrong. Like emotions, like all the traumatic experiences get stored in our body, so it's stuck there. So it's been stuck there so long. So you start thinking like, yeah, it's a part of me. No, it's not. First of all, you weren't born like that. When you were born, you came out whole. So stop looking for your happiness in other souls. Your soul is whole. The whole thing about people being like, oh, you need to search for like your other half. There is no other half. You are your better half. And I'm not saying this that you can't find your soulmate. It's a totally different thing. I'm just saying this in context of like not seeking others to fulfill your life, you know? Because like you're the one living this life. You can't just go seek out people, partners, friends that are like really insidious and just like try to fill yourself with that, to fill the void that you have in yourself with other people, when it literally just is, you just gotta douche out of work, baby. I'm sorry, but yeah. Next one is the initiation. Girl, I'm also hearing Take a Break from, you know, the one from Hamilton. I don't know the title. I just listened to Hamilton. It's the Take a Break. So take a break. Literally take a break, diva. And when I say diva, I don't just mean women. If you're a man, everyone is welcome. Diva used gender neutrally. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside. Like I said, the void in your body earlier, they just look scary from the outside. But literally, if you keep delving into yourself and you keep exploring like your own being, you can get to this well. What we already talked about wells. This well, I mean, they also look kind of the same. Like it looks like they're kind of connected, if that makes sense. So it looks scary on the outside, and to be honest, it only looks scary because sometimes I'm getting this feeling of like growing up, you were told that you can do this, you can't do that. And I'm not talking about bad things. If you do bad things, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about someone that really genuinely wanted to live their life authentically, unapologetically, and in a way that is not harmful to themselves and others. All of these outside things are just learned things. The scary things that you're seeing is just the learned things that you've got from growing up and the things that people told you were the truth, although they're wrong. Because, yeah. So if you dive into that well, it's like taking for a swim. Like, think about it in a way. I'm seeing Ponyo and stuff, so I don't know. Me, I was scared of Ponyo as a child. Not Ponyo the little kid. I was scared of the tidal waves. I was scared of that because I lived in a place that had plenty of earthquakes and could potentially have like tsunamis. So I was scared. So yeah, it's like that. Like to me it was scary, but actually it's not. Like it only looks scary from the outside. You really have to delve in deeper. And I'm also seeing in my mind's eye like your inner child waiting for you at the bottom of this well. And this well is not really like it's a metaphorical well. Think of your soul as a well, like there's levels. Like you know the iceberg thingy with the id and all that stuff? Yeah, that's literally it. And I know there's plenty of snakes, but it's also like from what I've heard from like the readings I've watched and also the astrology stuff that I watched that I try to understand to the best of my ability. There's plenty of snakes, and 2025 was a year of the snake, right? Well, the year of the snake technically ends at February, but it's like you're shedding your skin as you delve deeper, and you're turning into a purer form of yourself, where you're like realizing that it's okay to make mistakes, and sometimes um it's not a bad thing to make mistakes because sometimes you won't understand what's happening or you won't learn unless you make the mistakes. So that's what I've got. Can I have one more message for my collective? Because I'm entering the flow state. So bro, I'm also so sorry I keep cursing. I curse a lot as a person, and like English cuss words do not affect me that much. So when I say it, I just think it's light. So like well, I'm sorry, but I'm also not, because I don't know, it's just funny. I don't know, and I don't mean it in a vulgar way. Okay. Oh, you got the crow. That's crazy. I've been seeing stuff about the crows as well. Well, yeah. Let's pretend that you're seeing it, okay? And then one last. The ancient ones. Okay. And you got the, what is this? The gatherer. I don't know why I thought it said the cucumber. This is why I was like, huh? Anyway, let's start with the crow. Could be seeing lots of crows or have dreams about crows, or maybe you have been staring at the moon a lot. I know I have. I love the moon. It's so beautiful, guys. So it's all upright. So where's the glossary? Help. Okay. The crow. So 30. The crow is the keeper of universal law and the law of truth. The crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. Now, what did I say about being authentic? Yeah, literally. So the winged one insists that we speak the truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. That also includes yourself. If you keep lying to yourself, you're gonna be stuck. So when you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. I was also picking up Lord Apollo. I think one of his sacred birds are like crows, but also he's the god of truth. Take that as you will. I'll be putting that aside. I'm gonna read the ancient ones. The ancient ones, number 2. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be apologizing. What am I apologizing for? So, the essence. So, the ancient ones are the shamans of the old who defeated death and escaped the tyranny of time. The ancient ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain to our full realization. So, the invitation for this one is the ancient ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. I think I'll be an ancestor and I'll beg you to give me boba milk tea. I don't know. I'll be like, I don't know if my collective will be alive. Besides the point, if you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew. I was literally hearing my way earlier. It was like the when you bit off, when I bit off more than I could chew, that stuff. Maybe you really like Frank Sinatra. I don't know. Me too. But because right now you have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. Literally, this is why you're being called to tap into Mother Nature, because Mother Nature is there to tell you stuff, whisper her secrets to you, her wisdom, all that. Because most of the answers that humans search for is literally just around them. We just love spinning in circles though. So yeah, that complicates things, but it's okay. The Gatherer. The Gatherer 49. The Gatherer. So this is your card. She got pumpkins and stuff. Yeah, that's the card. Anyway, before we cultivated grains, we collected the wild bounty of nature. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. The gatherer is the provider, the forager, and the gardener who collects roots and vegetables for the long winter when game is scarce. She does not hoard, trusting the bounty around her. So look at the resources you already have, goes at hand. I'm literally seeing the magician card in tarot. It's like everything is right in front of you. You just gotta use it. This is a time of abundance. Everything around you is ripe and ready for harvest. Banish the notions of scarcity that have limited your choices and colored your destiny. Pack your food for the winter and start with the low-hanging fruit that is all around you. Okay, that's all I have for now. And sorry, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.